Alright, YouTube. So, we're back again on part 2 of this. Now, I got that off of there, which kind of sucks. Right after I turned the camera off, and gave it a few good smacks, and it just popped off. But, right now, I gotta readjust some stuff. I got my jack holding up the middle of the car. I got a hammer holding that up. Yeah, it's safe. Alright, so let me switch some things around and I'll show you what I was talking about, using your jack to lower this to get that spring out safely. Alright, so we're all switched around, and what you want to do now is let that down very slowly so that spring don't go shooting out, fuck up your face or break something. And it looks like my brake line is pretty tight, so let me get that taken care of and I'll come back at you. Alright, so got the hub assembly off and the brake. Now you want to prop that up somewhere, your brake caliper, where it's not going to fall, or you don't want to just leave it dangling off that wire. So with all that removed, go ahead and lower her down. And there should be right there. And then see, that's why you want to undo your sway bar arm right there. That way that'll drop down. I mean, you could just undo this bolt here. I don't know if you can see that. If you undo this bolt here, it'll drop this out, which is also a way you can do it. Or undo that bolt. But trying to shove all that back in there, or put that back together, would probably be a lot difficult than just using the jack to lift this up, line those screws, and bolt it up right there. But as you can see now, my spring is loose and somewhat disconnected. Might have to pry on it a bit, but she should come out. Let me find a place to set you down and I'll reposition myself. Try and get that out better. That looks like a good spot. Alright, so now that that's out, set that aside. Alright, so I'm gonna have to clean some of this stuff up. It's kind of nasty in here. And then I'll show you, gotta cut some stuff off of there. So when you get this out, when you get your spring out, now what you could do is just pull out this whole A-arm, lower A-arm assembly, or control arm, whichever you want to call it. Pull out this whole thing, and you could weld a plate in here, make it all nice and flat and flush and all that, or cut this out and weld a cup in there. Or there's a number of things you can do, but what I'm gonna do is grind this part, this little hump right here. I'm gonna grind this little hump out so it's relatively flat, which it won't be totally flat, but you'll see when I get done. I'll grind that out, and then I got this set up over here. I fabbed up not too long ago, right here, and this is gonna sit up inside of there. I don't know how well you can see it on this side. Let's see. I can't see anything. So I think if you're looking at what I think you're, yeah, right there is the bag. And then if you see right up here, this little piece here, there's my finger right there, that's what this piece is. So it's gonna sit in the car this way. The airbag's gonna get mounted to that. And then this is gonna go where that top of that shock went. So when it's in there, it'll look like that. So let me get the grinder, clean that stuff up, cut that little section out. Not gonna be much to see. I'll put you up, I guess, if you want. So I'm gonna take that part out, clean all this crap off of here. So I'll cut you back on here in a sec. Alright, so let's see, we'll focus here. I used a grinder trying to clean some of that stuff up and get it knocked out of the way, which of course exposed some metal, but I have some paint we'll be spraying on there. And then on the bottom side of this, I'm gonna have to go down to bare metal anyways, because we gotta weld a little cross plate on there to screw the bottom of the bag to. So I'm trying to clean all of this crap out of here. This side's pretty nasty. That other side wasn't too bad. But this side, pretty bad. So, I'll go ahead and clean all this up. I'm gonna cut that down and mount that bag, and I'll show you what I was talking about. So I'll cut you back on here in a bit. Alright, YouTube, so that's what I was talking about. Get that, cut off that little chunk. So, gotta smooth this little side out a little bit more, make it a little bit flatter, flusher. And then on the bottom, we're gonna have to weld on a little piece I got cut out, which is over on the other side of the garage. So let me finish getting that smoothed out. I'll drag my welder over here and get set up and show you that. Alright, YouTube, so what I was talking about earlier is down here, I need to take this down to bare metal. Oh, I just dropped you guys. I need to take this down to bare metal to get a good bond for when I weld. On this side, I already painted it up, but as you can see, that's what I'm talking about. And then the bottom of the bag is what bolts right there. So I need to do the same over here. So I'm gonna clean this up. I gotta drill a hole in the center of that piece, and then I'll weld it on here. So just let me go ahead and clean that up right now. Alright, so here's that metal piece I was talking about that's gonna go up under here like that. Weld that there. Right now I gotta get a hole drilled roughly in the center of this. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll flip you on for the welding session. Alright, YouTube, so the battery on my drill was dying. I got a little bit started and it started to die, so I figured I'll plug that in. And then while that's charging and we still got some daylight, I figured I'd crawl under here and weld this up, or at least tack it into place, which is what I'm gonna do. So So it's gonna sit right there like that. And let me find a spot I can set you guys down. Let's see here. I think this will work right here. Shit. Let me take off this welding here. Here, where I can put you. I think right there would be a good spot. Fucking wire. I should just chop this piece of shit off. Okay. Down. That was weird. All right. Alrighty. Kinda. Sorry about that. My dog is being stupid. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so we just got that tacked into place right now, which will work for now. And when that battery's done charging, I'll drill that out. And yeah. So I guess this ends part 2. Like, subscribe, and share.